And there it is, the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where we thought was going to be on primetime television on Thanksgiving night. We thought was going to be on national television Sunday afternoon, but it's now moved again. The Steelers game and their highly anticipated matchup with the Baltimore Ravens will take place Tuesday night, just across the bridge right here at Heinz Field. And welcome outside Heinz Field, everyone. I'm Rob Taylor. Thank you so much for joining us. This Steelers versus Ravens preview. This game should have been done by now. But as we all know, the Ravens, they've had an outbreak of COVID-19. Who knows where it started? Some have suspected that it began with a strength and conditioning coach who since has been disciplined for the Ravens. First, there were two players that were known to have had COVID-19. And Mark Ingram and J.K. Dobbins, their running backs. And then as the days grew on, more Ravens tested positive. And then by Wednesday afternoon, the day before Thanksgiving, the NFL postponed Thursday night's contest to Sunday afternoon at 1:15. But then we find out on Thanksgiving that Lamar Jackson, the star quarterback for the Ravens, had tested positive for COVID-19. And now this game has been moved to Tuesday night football, the third time since the Super Bowl era began. So we'll say the third time in the last 50 years that the NFL has had a Tuesday night game. Their most recent one was back on week 5 when the Bills and Titans did battle in a matchup that was originally made up for a COVID-19 situation. And then back in 2010, a blizzard stopped the game that was supposed to happen on a Sunday afternoon against the Eagles and the Vikings, and that game was made up on a Tuesday. So here we are, Tuesday night football under the lights, Steelers and Ravens. And all I can say is the Steelers should have no problem winning this ball game. Number one, Lamar Jackson, not only do they have him figured out, but how about this? Lamar Jackson has to quarantine for 10 days because of the COVID-19 designation. So it'll be RG3, the reincarnation of Robert Griffin III, who will be starting for the Ravens in place of Lamar Jackson. That right there should give Steelers fans solace that the Steelers should be able to win this game pretty handily. The Steelers defense has been awesome so far this year, whether they've had interceptions, tip balls, defensive stands, fourth down and ones. They've been able to keep their opponents out of the end zone largely for large stretches, and the Steelers defense has really showed up this year. And as you know, they are a sack machine. 67 straight games that the Steelers have recorded at least one sack, and they've got 38 sacks so far this year. And T.J. Watt, of course, is a candidate for the Defensive Player of the Year. Meanwhile, on offense, what can't Big Ben do? He's 38 years young. He's got a new mindset, so to speak. He's not trying to sling the ball all over the arena and the field, and he's using his receivers in the best way possible. This young core of receivers led by Juju Smith-Schuster, and what a year Chase Claypool has had with the football. The Canadian, the rookie, already with 10 touchdowns total this year. So the Steelers are balanced on offense. They're balanced on defense. Chris Boswell, their place kicker, is doing his thing. So this is a complete team. It's not a perfect team, as Mike Tomlin has always said, but this is a team that is 10-0. They play who they're supposed to play. They beat who they're supposed to beat, like they did against Jacksonville this past Sunday. And we'll see what happens Tuesday night. It should be a victory for the Steelers. The Ravens have a tough defense, but as I said, their offense is going to be messed up now that RG3 has to come in and play quarterback. I'm going to say the Steelers will win by 14 points, and then they'll have just a short turnaround, 4 days, to get ready for the Washington football team, which will be coming in here to Heinz Field the following Sunday. So as I see it, they go to 11-0 by beating Baltimore. They go to 12-0 by beating Washington, and then you never know. Can they finish this season undefeated? We'll find out. There's some tough teams on the schedule with Buffalo, Indianapolis, and Cleveland. You got Cincinnati sandwiched in there as well. So, you know, when you take a look at the Bills, the Colts, and the Browns, those are 3 teams that are definitely capable of beating the Steelers in the regular season. But I do believe the Steelers will improve to 11-0 with a victory Tuesday night live from Heinz Field right behind me against the Ravens. I'm Rob Taylor.